As Mark mentioned, I was the chair of Wisconsin. I ran for the position after I'd run for state senate. I lost badly. And I started researching why Wisconsin, which had traditionally been a solid blue state, was now electing Republicans like Scott Walker, who didn't stand for what the majority of Wisconsinites want. What I learned was our party was so underfunded and we weren't doing or managing critical things that only state parties can do. I learned that for our movement to win, we needed a strong three-legged stool. We needed strong candidates that inspired people to get out and vote. We needed strong independent groups like our unions, Planned Parenthood, environmental groups to inspire members to get out and vote. But we also needed a strong state party with a brand that helped candidates and talent to execute critical work and support those candidates. See, state parties manage things like the voter file, the data that volunteers across our nation collect for the presidential race, all the way down to their local school board elections, is managed by the state party. The party needs to be sure that it is properly managed and updated so candidates have the best resource to target voters to win. Poor maintenance could mean candidates are knocking on the wrong doors. There's election administration responsibilities. 60% of all election administration positions in our country are either appointed by state parties or elected in partisan elections. Poll watchers are selected by parties, and you don't want to miss that deadline, especially nowadays. These are the critical things that only state parties can do. But if we don't have the resources to hire the talent that is needed, we all lose. So, in all honesty, most of us want a state party that does more than just what I mentioned. We all want a party that recruits great candidates to run for office, trains them to run effective campaigns. And by doing that, we not only get great candidates and leadership, but we build a bench for higher office. We want a party that engages with community members year round, amplifying what Democrats are doing to build stronger community, but also listens to what voters want and need. We want a party that can help people organize to get a new school built or fix a dangerous intersection in their community. Voters need to see and hear what Democrats are doing to make their lives better, and that will inspire more voters to vote blue. But to do all of this, we need resources to build stronger state party infrastructure to engage. So when I ran for chair, as Mark mentioned, we had lost three times to Scott Walker before I became chair. A lot of people told me Wisconsin was done, Democrats were done. But we set out to build the party back up from the ground up. We formed that year round organizing program that helped build 250 volunteer teams around the state to focus on turning out Democrats. Those voters were able to do 80% more doors than Hillary Clinton's organizing program. We defeated Scott Walker by organizing everywhere, even in places statewide candidates would ignore. The 19 reddest counties out of 72 gave Governor Evers his win margin. Our year round organizing program helped us support and win other elections too. With that infrastructure, we were able to flip two state Senate special elections earlier in the year and flip a Supreme Court seat. The work in Wisconsin proved to me that strong state parties will enable us to win everywhere. And I left WisDems to build a coalition of donors who want to help build strong state party infrastructure. That coalition is called the State Party Advancement Network. Now, SPAN is not another organization for you to support. I'm building a network of donors to ensure well run, valuable state parties are getting the funding they need to build critical infrastructure. And how it works is I meet with state parties, I learn about their plans, ensuring best practices are being used, and that the leadership is strong. And then I make recommendations to donors on where to invest. I continue to meet with the states, monitoring their investments and SPAN members have made and helping them connect with other resources where needed. Donors send 100% of their money directly to state parties. None of your money comes to SPAN. All of it tonight will go to North Carolina and Michigan. A common question that I often get is, why isn't the DNC or some of the national committees funding this? So first, SPAN can raise state money. Those organizations can only raise federal money, and federal money is incredibly valuable, so it's important that we're using state and federal money where we can. Second, the DNC did raise their funding for state parties. They offer $1 million a month But that means only $17,500 a month is going to the states on tonight's call. That's simply not enough for all the work they need to do. And third, national committees are focused on electing candidates and tend to hold their money until just before the election. And state parties need to have strong infrastructure year round every year. So today, you get to hear from two of my favorite state party chairs. Chair Anderson Clayton from North Carolina is doing everything in her power to raise the money to expand their organizing program, build an offensive voter protection program, and inspire great people to run for office. And Chairman Curtis Hertel knows how important a strong state party is because he ran for Congress. He's supporting Project 83, one of the strongest organizing programs in the nation, and making it even better by hiring people from communities where we need to do better to raise voices from within.